Hi, welcome to elonmarkets.com. Today's topic, earthquakes. No, we're not in the middle of one. But today morning, we were. Today I'm here in Kolkata on 4th of January 2016 and I woke myself up to a mild little earthquake in the morning. Got ourselves thinking through the day how Mother Nature is helping us, is teaching us through all these events. And how all these events and how these natural calamities are related to our day-to-day life, and especially with financial markets also. So we got our thinking hats, so we got our creative hats as well, and we jotted down few points which I want to share with you, which you should think of, and how nicely Mother Nature, earthquake, is teaching us about financial markets. So let's go through these lessons one by one. Come along. Lesson number 1, never ever panic. When you find yourself in the middle of an earthquake, when you feel that probably the ground behind you is shaking a little bit, high probability you're in the middle of one. You would find people around you rushing out of the door, rushing out of the room, not rushing out of the window hopefully, but you'll find panic, exit, exodus. Try not to follow the herd in that case. The best thing to do is stay calm, quiet, and try to take steps that will bring you to safety. Doesn't it sound very similar to financial markets, especially when there is a crash? Don't you think there's margin calls? Don't you think people are trying to exit from their long hold positions in a hurry, scared? Sentiment is at an extreme. Who are the ones who benefit from these crashes? Ones who are quiet, ones who were prepared, ones who know very well what their steps or plan of action is going to be. So, lesson number 1 from earthquakes and to financial markets, never panic. Lesson number 2, precaution is always better than cure, or be prepared. Having a plan of action for your trading is very necessity. But hold on, how do you have a plan of action for an earthquake that you can't anticipate? What you can do to yourself is psychologically prepare yourself. If I find myself in the middle of an earthquake, what can I do? Hide beneath a strong furniture, stay close to the walls, or if you have a house, you can create a bunker where you can go and hide. The important thing is, if you are staying in a region which is earthquake prone, or like in this case, in our country, in India, we've seen so many earthquakes. Try to prepare yourselves. If you find yourself when you're at home, or you're sleeping, or you're at your office working, prepare yourself mentally. Next time if you find yourself middle of an earthquake, what are you going to do? Same thing applies for financial markets. If you're a long-term investor or you're short-term intraday trader for that sake, preparing yourself is half the battle won. Make a plan of action, and the most important thing is walk throughout that plan. Plan a trade, trade that plan. Lesson number 2, be prepared. Lesson number 3, avoid mass media. Now, avoid mass media is very applicable to financial markets. You are bombarded with information on your mobile phone, on your laptops, on your computers, on your TVs. There's so much information that you have to code, and there's so much media is playing such a big role. But if you think of the successful traders or successful investors, do you think they have all the time to watch that TV channel? No, I don't think so. They actually avoid media, mass media for sake. They have their own plans, they have their own homework, they have their own research, and they walk their own path. They know what they're doing. What does earthquake teaches us? When you have the ground shivering behind you, when you're a little shaken, when the market's just taken a little dip on the downside, it shakes you up. What do? If you listen to the media, if you read the newspapers, they'll be very sentiment driven. And when the sentiments are so high, your decisions will be towards that herd. Same thing applies for earthquake. When there is a little shake of the earth, you'll see around you people rushing out of the door. Very close to our lesson number 1. Lesson number 3 is that you should avoid what the mass or the herd is doing. Very close to lesson number 2 is be prepared. So lesson number 3 in terms of financial market, avoid mass media. In terms of earthquakes, avoid what the others are doing, and have a plan of yourself. So here we are, a small little video from ourselves to talk about how Mother Nature is giving us information, is giving us hints to become a better person, a better individual, a better financial market trader. Learn from things around you. Learn from everything around you, from everyone around you. Earthquakes just taught me today morning how to become a good, sound, calm, quiet investor. And if I find myself again in the middle of an earthquake, or for that matter, the market cracked today as well as we speak, Nifty was down 100, 140 points. Stay calm, stay quiet. You need to have a plan. The good thing is, in 2015, there were 14,040 earthquakes in the entire world. Thankfully, in financial markets, we don't have so many crashes, but we do have our own. So stay prepared, stay planned, and gain as much knowledge as possible. Happy learning. Thanks for listening. We are at elonmarkets.com. Thank you.